Okay, so in this video, this is going to be for my Nick at Night. It's going to be concerning one of the books that I have to share. Something very brief. I will run through it in 10 minutes thought. It is called the Shadow Work Journal, a comprehensive guide to self-discovery, healing, and personal empowerment. I am a speed reader, friend, so I have gone through this book very quickly. There are some great questions. I really appreciated how this book was put together to help people go within and ask the good questions we all need to ask ourselves. As Peter Pan, I do have a shadow, and I love my shadow. This is my alter ego, and because I work in the multiverse, I have multiple rabbits. I have multiple alter egos. Yes, it's talking about the black and white, the up and down, the crisscross, X marks the spot, Y-O-U, and your grand shadow, who can teach you so much about yourself. Let's turn this around and go over this book. I'll show you the cover. Okay, so here it is, the Shadow Work Journal. Notice on the cover they chose to use a mirror. Yes, they chose to use a black mirror, a scrying stone, because you're going to be going within. You are the black mirror, you are the white mirror, you are the scrying stone, you are the grand portal with your inner gates. Yes, and it is a comprehensive guide. It's very comprehensive. I liked it. In the beginning, you can write your name. It gives you a good idea of what is shadow work. You can take that photo. How to do shadow work. How to do this shadow work. If you need this comprehensive guide, there you go. Taking time to reflect, examining your patterns. You can do this while journaling. So shadow work is basically about journaling, about yourself, getting to know yourself and who you are. Okay, and so here are some questions. What are the beliefs that hold me back from achieving my goal? How do I sabotage my own success? What are the patterns in my relationships that I need to examine and heal? Which is basically about asking yourself questions. What are the ways in which I avoid taking responsibility for my actions and feelings? How do I do my anger and resentment to protect myself from vulnerability? How do I use my intelligence or knowledge to feel superior to others? What are the ways in which I use my sexuality to manipulate or control others? See, these are good questions that we should ask ourselves. This is your journal, so you can write whatever you want in it. What are the ways in which I avoid confrontation or difficult conversations? How do I use my appearance or material possessions to feel better about myself? What are the ways in which I use my power or influence to manipulate or control others? How do I use my sense of humor to deflect or avoid difficult emotions? How do I use my spiritual beliefs or spirituality to justify my actions or beliefs? What are the ways in which I use my victimhood or past trauma to avoid personal responsibility? So there's some of those. There's lots of good questions in here. Even asking about if you are comfortable in your skin. Is there something that you would like to change about yourself? What is it and why? What characteristics and traits do you dislike in others? These journals are great for you. If you don't have the ability to just do this with yourself, purchasing one of these, this is a good way to just write in your journal one day at a time, get to know yourself. Do you accept yourself as you are? What are your toxic traits? Okay. Now it's got shadow work and affirmations or statements. You repeat yourself in order to acknowledge and accept the parts of your personality that you have been repressing or denying. Here are a few examples of shadow work affirmations that you can use. I embrace all aspects of myself, both light and shadow. I accept and honor my own darkness as a natural part of my being. I am willing to face my shadows and heal the wounds that I have been carrying. I am strong enough to confront the parts of myself that I have been hiding from. I recognize that my shadow self has valuable lessons to teach me. I am grateful for the opportunity to do shadow work and heal my past traumas. I release the need to judge or suppress any part of myself and instead choose to love and accept myself fully. Shadow work affirmations. Remember that shadow work can be challenging, but it is an important step in personal growth and acceptance of self. It is important to be gentle and patient with yourself as you work through this process. So it is a grand process. Okay, here's some other things. It's got a date. Positive ways you can focus on the healing process and be more accepting of your shadow self. You can write down some things you are grateful for in this box. You can write down what you think you need to do to heal. Things I have healed from and how. There's lots of questions for that. Self-care and meditation. Always try to complete some self-care and or meditation after doing shadow work using the worksheets and trackers to help you. Here's a question. Here's a box with ways I can care for my mental health and well-being. Ways I can care for my spiritual well-being. See, it's considering your spiritual side, your spiritual gifts. Lots of pages for that. Feel and express. Recognize your emotions and triggers. Give yourself permission to feel, even if it's not always positive. Focus on how you can get to the way you want to feel more and more each day. So you're on a journey to find yourself by going through looking at yourself. Things that make me angry and why. Things that make me sad and why. Things that make me scared and why. Things that make me alone and why. Good questions. All good questions. It's got a meditational tracker. Several pages of that. And then at the end, it's got some pages with notes. Several pages with notes. Yeah, so that's my brief run through with the Shadow Work Journal. I thought it was a great way to get to know myself. I like to, I don't write in the book, I just use it on my shelf. And I just open it up wherever it falls to, and I ask myself these questions. I love to do this with all kinds of books. I love the randomness. I love to pick up a book and just flip to a page, ask myself the question, one task, one thing at a time kind of gal, baby steps. Yes, I love this journal. I encourage you to do this. I hope you liked the book. I'll turn it around and show you the cover one more time. Okay, here it is. Yes, and it's a good cover design here with the mirror for the inner self reflections. Yes, I love this book. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Stay tuned. I will post another story time, another 10-minute slot, another book of my choice. Thanks for tuning in.